In today's video, I'm going over 2 of my favorite red plants that we offer on our website, and I hope you guys enjoy them. They are particularly very easy red plants. They're known in the hobby quite a lot, and they are really good, so let's get into them. So what's going on, guys? Justin from H2OPlants.com, and if you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications so you don't miss a future plant video. But in today's video, we're going over the red tiger lotus and the dwarf aquarium lily. Now, they're very similar plants. They look kind of the same. They have the same colors and same characteristics, but they do have 2 key differences, and we're going to go over that in just a moment. But let me show you both of the plants. So right here, and you might be saying, where's the plant? I mean, because it's a tiny plant right now, but these guys can get very big. Now, this is the red tiger lotus, and there we go. You can see the pink on that. Now, it said red tiger lotus, but it is actually mostly like a pinkish purpley color. Very beautiful. It also has speckles in its leaves. I don't know if those are going to show up on cameras all too well, but basically the leaf is like mostly pink, and then it has like little purple spots in it, and it is it's very beautiful red plant. And it is a bulb plant. Now, this one is potted. This is typically how we get them in, but I do have some that either came out of the pot or for whatever reason came dislodged. And here's the bulb. So you get the bulb and you have the top of the plant like so, as you can see the leaves. So it doesn't necessarily stay as small as the one I just showed you. They do get actually rather large. Now let's show the other plant, which is the dwarf aquarium lily, which is, this guy's gonna drip a little bit, but right here. Let's see if we can get a better view of that leaf. So you can see here the leaves are more triangular. They are a bit more of a bronze with some pink highlights in it. It is also a reddish plant, and they will actually get more colorful as they grow towards the light, so they will eventually reach the surface of the water and then breach it and form exterior leaves or immersed leaves that will grow on the surface of the water, but be touching the water on the bottom, but on the top they want to be kind of bone dry. So they're both bulb plants. Like I said, they're both pink in color, but here's the difference. So the red tiger lotus has smaller oval shaped leaves, where the dwarf aquarium lily has triangular leaves. So they're more angled, they're more triangular. Red tiger lotus is more oval, and they both have a similar color structure, although this is more of a darker brown pink than a bright vibrant pink. So now they will get very similar in color as they reach the surface of the water. This one may be more of a darker pink. This one will be a lighter pink with purple highlights in it. This may have a brown undertone to it. The key difference is, though, these leaves on the dwarf aquarium lily can get massive. I'm talking about maybe 6 inches or bigger across when they reach full maturity. So that means basically when you have them in your aquarium for so long, or maybe in a pond, because you could put these in a pond, they do get large and they will spread out and they will be about 6 inches apart. These guys for the red tiger lotus stay roughly about 3 inches or so in size. They could get very slightly bigger than that, but it's rare that they get massive. But here's the thing, they do grow tall. So typically these are ideal for tall tanks if you're looking to allow them to grow in their natural way, where they're going to kind of sit on the surface of the water. Or what you could do, and what I see a lot of people do with both of these plants, is anytime the leaves, like let's take this plant for instance, anytime a leaf will take off and come up to the surface of the water or halfway up, what you would want to do is you actually trim that leaf off. The reason being is when you trim that leaf off, the plant says, oh wait, that's not good. I don't want my leaves just being destroyed like that, so let me grow shorter because that seems to be working. So that's actually what happens when you cut these guys short and keep them short. They get bushier, more compact, till the time that you have like all these petals just all around and like almost like a rose formation type looking thing. And they all turn out to be this beautiful pink color and look really cool. I'll actually throw up some pictures of a user on Instagram that had a really good tiger lotus in their aquarium. They kept it nice and trimmed and it looked beautiful. You could do the same thing with the dwarf aquarium lily. Just know the leaves are going to get slightly bigger. So the red tiger lotus is ideal for really any aquarium size. You can put it in a small or a large aquarium. You could put the dwarf aquarium lily in any size, although if you go on the smaller size, just be prepared the leaves may get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I would recommend at least a 10-gallon or higher for those. But with the red tiger lotus, you could go anything down to like a 2.5 gallon if you have something like that. Now, they are a bulb-like plant. Like I showed you on this guy here, the bulb is down here. What you want to do is you want to actually look for where the leaves are coming out of. And in case your plant may come with no leaves, because sometimes the leaves actually fall off during shipping, or you know, if you order from somewhere else, I don't know if they ship the leaves. But if you look down here on this guy, let's get a close-up for you. If you look down here on this guy, you could see that there are, let's see, I'm going to try and get the, you see right there, those little tiny things sticking up? That's actually the bud of the plant. That's where all the roots and leaves are going to grow out of. Now, the reason why this plant has no existing leaves is because they all melted back. Sometimes when we get these in, they melt back to the bulb, and that's completely fine. We leave them in there, and eventually they regrow. This guy's already got a couple of new leaves sprouting there. And basically what you're looking for is the opening in the bulb. What it looks like is typically there's like almost a point or a smoothed end on one end, like this bulb here is typically smooth. And then there's like a little tiny opening on one end. And that's what you want to actually leave facing up in the event that it has no leaves. Or if for some reason maybe you had it in your aquarium and you moved it around, or maybe you know, something happened and the leaves fell off, when you find the bulb, just kind of move it and allow that top part to be exposed, because it doesn't actually need any leaves to continue growing as long as the bulb is hard and firm and not mushy or smell. If it smells like rotten, right now it just smells like aquarium, it doesn't smell rotten. Anytime it smells rotten, typically the bulb is bad. It's gotten either a fungal type infection. These do get like attacked by fungus and bacteria and stuff like that, so they do rot occasionally. It really depends. That usually happens when you bury it too much. So the ideal situation is you only bury them about halfway up the bulb, right? So you would want to go halfway up the bulb with substrate, leave the rest exposed to the top of the substrate so that way it could get light and there's water flow and all that, and it will do quite good. You could even not even plant these guys, just rest it on the substrate. Literally just plop it down, let it do its thing, it'll root eventually. What you could also do, and I'll show you with this guy here, what you could also do is you can see that these sometimes do get long like this. All of a sudden this guy decided to put out a very long plant. Well, you could pluck this plant off, plant it elsewhere, and allow it to be a new plant. As long as it has a new leaf coming out of it, or it is a good firm bulb, it will regrow, no problem at all. So one plant can turn into many. Now, I've debated this, and I've read several places that you actually, when you replant this, it may grow a new bulb. I've never tested it to see how accurate that may be, but it is a possibility, I guess. If it is planted as a kind of cutting, and you plant this guy, he may grow a new bulb, and then you get two plants for the price of one. It may take months, maybe even a couple of years to get to that point, because the bulbs are essentially where it stores all the nutrients for the plant, but it's highly possible. So when it comes to these plants being red, they're just naturally red. No matter the light that you have, whether it's low light or really high light, it'll be red throughout its life cycle. Whether it's brighter light or less light is going to determine on how vibrant the color actually is. But even in low light situations, like these red tiger lotus that I've shown you here today, are in a 40-gallon breeder that is covered in floating plants. So these guys are getting very filtered light or minimal light at best, and they are still vibrant red. The Dwarf Aquarium lily, same thing. They are like I said, they're like a pinkish brownish red color, or just color in general, and they look quite nice under even brighter light. They get more of a pink tone. Very easy to grow. Water temperature doesn't matter all too much. You could grow them in anywhere between 68 and 78, 80 degrees, maybe even a little bit higher. You can also grow them in any kind of water parameters. They don't care if it's hard or soft water, high pH, low pH, as long as it's within 6.0 and 8.0, and the TDS isn't like through the roof, which they'll do fine in anyway. They are a very hardy plant. These plants are the plants that just don't stop. Now, they do grow incredibly fast once they get going, assuming they have good substrate or root tabs or nutrients. Once the roots go, these things are going to be shooting up leaves like every day or so. You're going to be seeing new leaves, so they grow incredibly quick. So just be prepared for that. Like I said, if you want to keep them short, trim them down, they should be good to go after that. Overall, these are my two favorite red plants that we have to offer. They're just super easy, super versatile, and they are just hardy plants. They are hard to kill. They're great for beginners, great for people that have, experience with plants. They're just good all around. They're great plant to buy. If you want to purchase some, head on over to our website, h2oplants.com. It helps support these videos, supports our business, and keeps us going. But if you enjoyed this video or learned anything new here today, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you have red tiger lotus or dwarf aquarium lily in your aquarium already, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of it, or if you're thinking about picking one up for your tank. And like I said in the beginning, if you're new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any future plant content. It really helps out, and you don't want to miss out. We have some cool projects planned in the future. If you guys want to check out our last video that I did on crenums, which are kind of similar to these plants because they're kind of in the bulb type family, you can click over there. And if you want to check out my video on my neglected aquarium that I did a huge trim on, and you get to learn some interesting facts about trimming, you click right there. I'll see you guys next time.